Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Lucy, and in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back, my OG. So guys, today we're going to be talking on 5 truths every woman needs to know. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's just go right into it. The first thing you need to know as a lady and as a woman or as a girl is your look matters. Yes. I know you've heard it so many times, but it needs to be said more often. Your look matters. Very important. Everywhere you go and anywhere you go, people treat you the way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you are dressed. Yes, that's how they treat you. They just feel like, oh, this lady looks better, so she has to be treated better. Do you understand what I mean? So they feel like, oh, okay, this lady is looking like, why does she look like this? I don't think I have time, to spare this person because this person looks like this. But it's always very important to know it's one truth, like it's just the way the world is. Your look matters. What you have on your hair matters. The color is so bad that people tend to look at the color of your hair sometimes to see if you're a serious person or you're not. So it's always very important. Like it's just normal thing. When people see people with pink hair, purple hair, they just really feel like, is this person a serious person? I don't think this person is serious. It's just the world that we live in. It's just how it is. So no matter what you think, that oh, I look good, but you need to know me, people really don't care that much. To be honest, people really don't care that much. When they see you, they look at you. Are you put together? Do you look clean? Do you look like you can be spoken to, right? They always pay attention to how you look. It matters every time and anytime and always. The way you put yourself together matters. The way your hair is being made, the clothes you're wearing, right? Are you wearing something really very short or something that's really showing some skin? People just tend to treat you according to about that, guys. So your look matters a lot as a lady. It just matters. You need to look good, you need to look clean, you need to look appropriate, right? I'm sure you've heard it so many times. Dress according to the event or the occasion or to where you're going to. You can't be going somewhere and you are dressing the opposite of where you're going to. It's just a no-brainer. You have to dress accordingly to where you're going to. So your look matters. As a lady, you need to understand that. You need to look put together. Next one is to have something you call your own, no matter how small it is. Now, I think a lot of us really kind of downgrade ourselves. We kind of feel like, okay, what I'm doing is not what others are doing. So I can't say this is something that I have for myself. Now, we've all been there. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I have felt some type of way. I hope this mic is not dying. I felt some type of way, when I started creating content. But I always felt like, oh, my mates, like they have a 9 to 5, they are going for work. So me, I'm sitting here, I'm creating content. Do I know how long this content is going to start to pay? Right. But one thing I just got to tell myself, and I came in agreement with over the years, is that this is my thing. Do you understand? I like to create content. I like it. Even if I find it very creating content is stressful. Nobody talks about it enough. People don't talk about it enough, and I feel like people don't believe it. And people feel like it's not a job. Content creation is a job. Is like you're signing in at 9 and you're closing by 5. The bad part is there's no closing for content creation. If you're not filming, if you're not editing, your head is working. What new videos do I want to film? This and that. But I just got to understand over time that I'm doing what I want. Do you understand? And that's some confidence there. And this is me, what I want. This is me. This is what I'm doing. So please, I'm also a baker. So I have something I can call my own. It's okay if some people want to do a 9 to 5. Everybody cannot sleep and put their head in the same place. That's how Yoruba say it. It simply just means everybody cannot be doing the same thing. But as a lady, you need to understand that one big truth is you have to have something you call your own. Do you go to work, business? What is it? Content, right? What is that thing? A job? It has to is Nobody is going to come and take it away from you. Now that I know how to bake, that skill stays with me forever. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It stays with me forever. If I don't want to use it today to make money, fine. If I just want to use it, passively, just passion, I just want to use it to just make fun with it, just to make it like a hobby, sorry, to make it a hobby, I can, right? You need to have something that you call your own. Okay, we're back. I just knew that mic was going to die. But anywho, it's very, very important to have something that you call your own. Very, very important. You, no matter what it is, a skill, a 9 to 5, whatever it is, have something that you call your own. And if you know that you are the type that don't like routine, that means you don't like a 9 to 5. That means you don't like a job. Please and please go and learn something with your hands. Do something with your hands. I remember when I finished school, I finished like doing my NYC, I was telling myself, okay, so what do I want to do? And I said, I've always wanted to create content since when I was in school. I just liked it. And then content just started coming up. People were not doing it as much as everybody is doing it now. And I'm like, I've always liked this. I had old videos I was filming then at my grandparents' place, but I didn't post them because I wasn't confident enough, right? And I said, okay, I want to do content. Content is going to take a long time, right? Before it start paying off. So what do I want to do? I need to do something with my hands. And then I told myself, God, I want to learn something. So what is that thing that I can learn? And it was baking. So if you know you don't like 9 to 5, you don't like anything like that, please and please and please go and learn something with your hands. Go and learn a skill. What is that thing that you like to do? What's that thing that you see, you admire? Is very, very important. Learn something to have something that you call your. Next thing is to pay attention to what happens to your body, what's happening in your body, what's happening around your body, and everything is very important. A lot of us make mistakes, we ladies. We don't pay attention to what our body is trying to say to us. Now, I've heard it so many times, and people say, oh, your body rejects people. Your body does reject people. I feel like a lot of people need to start tapping into it. Pay attention to what your body is saying about people. Pay attention to what your body is saying about your environment. Your body is trying to tell you that I don't like this water. Maybe by giving you rash or whatever it may be. Your body says a lot every single time. So you need to pay attention. And as a lady, it's very easy for us to feel like our body is doing too much, and meanwhile our body is saying something. Yeah, we feel a lot like that. Like, our body is just doing too much. Today is acne, tomorrow is this, tomorrow is that. But your body is saying something that is going on within you. So it's always very, very important. Like, you've seen the whole period sinking thing. Is that what it is? I think that's what it's called, but I'm going to correct myself if that's not what it's called. And it's very important to know when you are ovulating, the signs that come with it, when you're in your period, the signs that come with it. Like, it reflects on how you act every time. When you're in your period, you act differently. When you're not, you act differently. When you're ovulating, you act differently. Like, your body just has a lot to say about what's going on with you, and it's very, very important to pay attention to it. Pay attention to every single thing. The reason why you might be gaining more weight is because you are stressed. Yes, it's not only when people gain weight, they lose weight. When people lose weight, they are stressed. Most people, when they are stressed, they gain a lot of weight. So you have to pay attention to that. If you are stressing and you all of a sudden see that you have like bags, or you start to lose appetite, you need to figure out what is going on. What have I been doing lately? It's very important. Sometimes your period might come earlier than it's supposed to come. Why? Because you stressed so much. So it comes earlier. Sometimes it comes later. So it's always very, very important to pay attention to your body, not just period, everything. The way you gain your weight, the way your color, your color pops out, your skin color pops out, the way it's dull. A particular thing is leading to one thing that's making your body to act some certain type of way. So you need to pay attention to it. When your body is stressed, what does it do? Are you always tired? Are you always cranky? You need to pay attention to your body. A lot of us need to start tapping into this, because sometimes we just wing it. Every time is, oh, it's because my period is coming. No, sometimes you're stressed. Sometimes you're drained. That's why you're looking very dark. To be honest, sometimes you're stressed, you're drained. That's why you're looking very lean. You don't look happy. Like, it's always very important. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to what happens to your body. When you eat some certain type of food, how do you feel after? What goes on after? Do you sweat a lot? Does your sweat start smelling some type of way? Pay attention to your body. It has something to say to you. The next one is every decision you make shapes your life. Now, I'm not going to say that we don't make mistake. It's okay to make mistake. You can make mistake. I've made so many mistakes in my life, and to be honest, I will still make no mistake. Why? Because I am growing as a person. So it's always very, very important to know the mistakes that you make, right? And know that every decision you make shapes your life. If you decide not to start to make something or do something with your hand, for an example, just know that you are setting yourself up for disaster. If you decide that you don't want a 9 to 5, you just want to sit at home and just lazy around, just know that you are going to see the repercussion later in life. There are consequences for every single decision that you make. If you decide to stay in a situation, know that it comes with some type of consequence. It's just a normal thing. So for every decision that you make, you sit down and you think to yourself. And I always say this out, and let me just put this out there. It's always very important for you to make decisions by yourself, especially as a lady, especially as a woman. It's okay for you to ask for opinions, right? It's okay for you to ask for advice or what do you think. Always have a mind of your own. Very important as a lady. Very, very important, because some of us might we are actually very indecisive when we say certain things. We want to hear what does this person say, or what does this person think. And at the end of the day, when the repercussions start coming up, we feel like, oh, I did not even want it. It's because my friend said, or because my mom advised. So it's always very, very important to have a mind of your own. Whatever decision you make with your life, be able to beat your chest and say that, yes, I made this decision myself. It was my decision that I want to be a content creator, right? So if I don't have plenty money now because I'm just beginning, it was my decision. God, I'm really scared. I'm sorry, I can't see the light more and more. So it was my decision. I made this decision. I said this is what I want to do. I said this is what I want my life to be, right? Always, the decision you make is very, very important. That's something that a lot of us need to understand. I don't know why I'm not getting my English right. Please pardon me. But a lot of us just feel we make decisions because we are hungry. Some of us make decisions when we're on our period. We make decisions because we're so emotional, right? And at the end of the day, after making a decision and you're like, okay, now my eyes is open. Why did I agree to that, right? It's always very important. We make decisions based on maybe people we've loved in the past, right? We make decisions so much on memory, so much on emotionally. We have to be very practical. See, I'm not going to lie. I'm always very practical with things. I just like to be practical. I like to not lie to myself, right? This thing you are getting into tossing, this and this is the bad thing. Are you ready for it? Right? And I don't lie to myself. I always tell myself, okay, I know this is what I want and what is going to come, right? And I just want it to be just for a while. It's not like I want anything serious or I want to just have this thing for fun. It could be anything. It could be anything in life. It could be relationship. It could be anything, right? You have to know what you're doing, be very practical, right? If I do this thing, what is going to come out of it? I always talk to myself about things a lot. If I do this thing, what's the good, what's the bad, what's the problem, what's the con? I need to know like what is the thing, so that in case anything happen, I'm not caught by surprise. I already know that, okay, I foresaw that, or I've seen it before. I've already thought about it that, okay, this is what's going to happen. So now how can I deal with it? So your decisions shape your life a lot. Stop making decisions based on emotions. Stop making decisions based on moments that you've had. Stop making decisions based on the now. Always think about the future. The fact that maybe something is happening right now, just okay, let me just make the decision. No, they come up later in life and you might regret it. So it's always very important. Know that your decisions make your life. Last but not the least is love yourself. You've heard this so many times. I've said this so many times. Other creators have said this so many times. Love yourself. Oh my god. I'm I'm getting emotional talking about this, but no matter what happens in your life, you are the one that's going to be with yourself at the end of the day. I like to look at myself in this type of way, right? Which is, this is me, my soul, my mind, this is my body, right? And I look at them in a space of, they are my two close friends, they are two best friends, right? My body and my soul and my mind work hand in hand. If every other person in this world, every other person that I know in my life leaves me, now me and me remain. Do you understand? It's me and myself that is left. So why don't I love myself? I wish I knew this earlier enough in life. I wish I knew that loving someone else doesn't validate loving myself. I'm going to take that again because I don't know where that came from. Loving someone else doesn't validate loving myself. The fact that I love someone else doesn't mean that I love myself. A lot of us make this mistake. We feel like, okay, I love this person means that I love myself. No, it doesn't. You love that person, it just validates how you feel about the person. It doesn't validate who you are as a person, right? So loving yourself comes with the whole of you. If you don't have anybody romantically to love in your life, do you still love yourself? Very important. We all talk about this: love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, self-love, self-care thing. It's not materialistic. It is what you feel about yourself, your inner self. How do you feel? How do you feel about the mistakes that you've made in life, in your past? How do you feel about the traumas? How do you feel about your insecurities? How do you feel about the things that make you you? Do you understand? It's always very, very important to love your self-care. Material things is not self-care, it's not self-love. Yes, sometimes you want to reward yourself when you do a lot of things and buy yourself things. That is it, that's good. But self-love, really loving yourself, is loving your strengths, loving your weakness, loving everything that comes with you as a person. Like I said before, I wish I knew this earlier, right? Now that I know how to love myself, I know how to sit myself down and tell myself certain things and validate myself. It is very okay and very, I won't say very easy, but easy for me to say I want to love someone else, because I already know myself, I already love myself, I already know my weakness, I already know my strength, I already know that okay, these are my insecurities, these are things that I'm fighting with, because I took some time to know myself, because I took some time to love myself. I can't remember if I have a video on how to love yourself, but I'll see if I do. I'll link it in my description box. But love everything that comes with you, and never forget, it is only you that can validate you, and that's it. Someone's love cannot validate you. Trust me, even when your partner loves you so much, it gets to a point where you will start jeopardizing it because you don't love yourself, right? So it's always very, very important to love yourself. Love everything that comes with you. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you learned one or two as usual. Please hit the subscribe button so every time I post a video, you're going to be notified. And please like and comment. Send this to someone that you feel might need it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.